I wanted to do a different stream, but I wasn't sure how familiar you all were with the death of Robert Brooks, the young man, the gentleman who died by the hands in the correctional facility. So I wasn't really sure about, that subject. Did anybody want to talk about that subject? Want to talk about that particular fight? Because that was weighing on me. You know what I mean? Are you guys familiar with that Robert Brooks person? The person who died in the what is it called? The correctional facility? Not at all. You guys, well, he was sentenced to 12 years in a correctional facility because he stabbed his girlfriend or his wife or someone like that. He stabbed him in the neck several times, right? And a video was just released where it showed him being murdered by the correctional officers. One of the people that was standing around, either standing around or helping, released the video, and it showed them deleting him for I guess I don't know how long they did it. Beat, punched, kicked, all of those things, right? So I wasn't really sure whether you guys, were familiar with that particular thing, or whether you all would be willing to talk about it. Somebody come up on the stage and talk about it, or let's look at the video and then talk about how they delete men they delete men in this country like that. So none of you guys heard about that at all? What? It's in New. I mean, you guys didn't hear about that at all? I mean, it's been weighing on me all day. I mean, wait a minute. Hold on. Because it was a video. Hold on. Wait. What's a BHM HQ? What's a BHM? Hold on, because it's been weighing on me all day, and I wanted to do the topic, guys, but I didn't know whether you guys had seen anything. Hold on, because I was like, ain't no sense to me doing it. They ain't never even heard of it. They just released. Hold on. Okay. I was like, I don't believe you guys. I don't believe these people. Hold on. So I'm gonna turn it. It's just been weighing on me. I couldn't figure out how to, present that to us, But let me present this. Hold on. Because I really would like to hear men's thought on this, because this is wild. I can't believe it. Hold on, y'all bear with me. Just bear with me real quick, okay? Hold on. Just take a look.
New developments in the death of Robert Brooks, an autopsy determining homicide to be the manner of his death. Brooks died one day after a body-worn camera video showed state correction officers brutally attacking him. 13 Wham's Carly Miner spoke with the Brooks family attorney today. Carly?
Yeah, Lowell, the attorney tells me more than a dozen correctional officers and 2 nurses were suspended without pay, while 1 other officer quit.
To beat a helpless person who's been restrained like that and to murder him is clearly
suffering a brutal attack.
On the video.
Video shows Brooks suffering a brutal attack on December 9th, 2024, at the hands of several Marcy correctional officers. He was beaten for nearly 10 minutes while handcuffed on a medical examination table. Brooks died the following day.
We have filed 2 cases, one in the federal court against the individuals involved, as well as a number of their supervisors, and one against the state of New York.
Brooks was incarcerated in 2017 after pleading guilty to felony assault after he stabbed his then-girlfriend several times in Greece. Brooks was halfway through his 12-year sentence when he was transferred from the Mohawk Correctional Facility to Marcy.
We don't believe that the majority of corrections officers behave this way.
It don't matter whether it don't matter whether they behave this way. Watch. I mean, hold on. Look, watch this. It don't matter how this person behaved. It's been weighing on me all day. Watch. Tell me y'all see that. Okay. Tell me y'all seen that. Okay. I mean, y'all saw that, right? I mean, yeah, I wanted to add guests because I didn't know how people felt about such a thing. You know, that kind of stuff hurts my soul when I just couldn't believe it. You know how you don't believe that shit happens? You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't believe that kind of shit happens. But that kind of shit happens. Hey, Jay.
Hey, HQ.
I didn't know that kind of stuff happened.
Oh, happens all the time.
I mean, this gentleman, I mean, we're in a camera on this man.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, they got body cams on and they doing it to the point where they realize or they believe that they can do this type of thing and get away with it.
That's the scary part.
That's insane, man.
How are you with a body cam on? You have a body cam on and you feel comfortable enough where all of you guys feel comfortable enough to attack this man. And that was weighing on me all day. I was like, I don't even believe it. You know, I was married to a correction officer. Of course, I was married to him. But he never brought that home. He never said that stuff to me. He never said those kind of things happen, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think my husband would have went along with that anyway, but not to the point where somebody would die. No. But I'm sure that they have.
That's not true, Ty. Unfortunately, I know what they show us, but that's not true. It happens to all. It's not a race thing, man. This is a power thing, man. It's because like the black community is there's a large impoverished portion of the black community that acts a certain way, so it's easy for them to televise things like that, especially when it's a white police officer. But this stuff happens, white, black. It happens all the time. It's a power thing, man. They're just those videos. If you on the internet long enough, you're gonna start to see those videos. This has nothing to do with him being black and them being white. This is a power. Well, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing to do with it. But this is a power thing. They felt that they could get away with it.
It was 14 of them. Jay.
Oh, that's why on video. It's the police officers and the medical staff too.
Mm-hmm.
They thought they could get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a human being that doesn't mean anything to them, regardless of his sins in the past or whatever he's been convicted of or his wrongdoings or whatever. He's a throwaway person to them. So they felt like they could do this without getting any penalty for it or anything like that. Man, me personally, when stuff like this happens and it's recorded, save the case, save the court, save the investigation, save all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You go line up over there.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna stand over here and old school, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And it's done. And then cremate and then whatever.
How did they even allow it to get as far as it got?
I feel that, Ty. I feel that, man. It just sucks when you see it happening to us, man.
Right.
It sucks when you see it happening to us, man. We like we human beings are tribal. If I see a whole bunch of white dudes jumping on a black dude, then I'm all of a sudden feel like, I want to be there to help, somebody that look like me out. But I've seen it the opposite way too. I saw a video of like some white girl at something. She was there for like BLM or something like that. Mm-hmm. There's a whole bunch of black people jumping on this white girl, and I'm like, "What are y'all doing?" She's there to support. They just mad they jumped on her. It's people just get that race thing in their head too much, and they stop looking at people as individuals. I like to look at people as individuals, man. I understand racism happens and stuff, case by case basis and stuff, but
right.
But what they did to that brother, man, is they need to pay the full penalty for it.
Hold on.
Look how they dragging him in. Look how they dragging him in.
So he had to have gotten whooped.
Oh,
when he was out there.
Mm-hmm. Probably broke his ribs up. His shoulders probably dislocated. Wrists, all kinds of bruises and contusions.
Unnecessary. It was just unnecessary.
And look, nonchalant. Look at I've been in environments like this, not where this is happening, but when you're in environments like this, man, there's a hive mentality that people get sucked into.
This was released on Friday. This is the tape that was released on Friday. This happened December 29th. That happened
December 9th, yeah.
December 9th. And they didn't do anything. They just took him in that room and ended his life. Ended his life. Look at these people standing around. Look at these people standing around watching him get messed up. Look at them all just standing there.
Working him over. Look, picking him up by the neck, just hitting him with his boot. What, like hitting it? Like what are you do? Like, what are you doing? You took your shoe off to beat him with it? And look at the rest of them.
Just standing there.
All of them. Look, put his foot up on them. All of them need to be, fired, of course. Mm-hmm. I hope ain't none of these men out. None of these people. Anybody in here right now, I hope none of them is out. None of them. I hope they all behind bars right now. Every last one of them.
Look.
This is ridiculous, man. And morally, the human nature in you, nothing in you stops from anybody stopping. He said, "Hey man, watch out so I can get in these ribs." Look at him. Look.
I was thinking about this all day. That was just all day. It was on my all day.
HQ, you can't watch stuff like this, HQ.
I was just sick.
I was
sick because all these people are standing around.
Look at them smiling.
No kind of no kind of thought process as to what.
Mm-mm.
What are y'all doing? Okay.
Video redacted. Yeah. So that means it's this stuff in there that we can't.
Look. Oh God.
Put in it. Look at this. This is modern day lynching. Hands behind his back. This man can't even defend it. Look at him. He gone. They just beating his body.
Look.
He out.
Y'all see.
And it's going to, I already know it's going to be like when you go to comments, it's going to be racist people in the comments. It's going to be bots and it's going to be racist people in the comments. Well, what did he do? Well, he shouldn't have been in there in the first place. Yada, 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 yada. And they're not going to say nothing about what these officers is doing.
Right.
These is, see, like, I'm not religious, man, but like words mean things. These is demons.
Right.
These people are demonic. That's demonic. If you could sit there and do that to another human being,
right,
it's demonic, man.
And I'm like, they released it on Friday, right? And this right here, I don't understand what was going on. This is the beginning. This is the whole video. This is the beginning of the video. Let me speed it up. Okay, as they coming in,
dragging him in. Yeah, you know they whooped on him before they brought him in there.
Before he came in there.
That man's limp body. They beating this man.
As he's coming in there, his camera, all of those people stood around. All of those people stood around.
Trapper. What's up, Trapper?
Right. So they all standing around just watching it from outside. It's inside now happening. So, you know, some of them are leaving. Some of them are like, I can't even do that. Right.
No, all of them. No, all of them need to be fired. All of them need to be behind bars.
The person that's standing outside.
And the ones that put their hands on him need to be the ones that were what's it called, complicit.
Mm-hmm.
They're all complicit, but the ones who are actively involved in putting their hands on them, every last one of them need to go to jail in general population. And then the other people that was there that allowed it to happen, they need to go to jail for however much time. Definitely fired, definitely pensions taken away, everything. Your family's getting you threw it away right there. Every last one. There's a certain standard we need to hold correctional officers to.
Right. And this dude is standing behind this dude right here. You know, I just looked at all the angles looking, just looked like a rag doll. He hitting him with a shoe.
Look at that. His hand bleeding. His hand is bleeding from beating this dude. You saw that? His fingers?
Right.
The inside of his hand is bleeding.
At the camera. This dude right here, the dude, what is that big dude right there looking at the camera? Right? Look feet on him.
Yeah, they took his shoe off and beat him and was beating him with it. Man, these dudes, man.
And I saw that today, and I was like, they released it Friday, and I was like, ain't no way. These people better walk away from anything to do with anything. All of these people, anything. Because none of y'all said anything. None of y'all
did anything. None of them did anything other than beat on them.
Right.
Every last one of their pictures need to be posted. Every last one of their pictures and their names need to be posted. What is
this dude? This dude just standing over him. Just
he's a white shirt.
Look,
he's a white shirt.
Yes. Look at this one right here. Look at this one standing right here. Just nothing. They outside. They can't stand it.
Yeah, they all blue shirts. Dude in the corner, over in that other corner, the big dude, he's a white shirt. He's the boss.
Why was this show? It was released in this was released. Wait a minute. Why does it say it happened December? Look, it happened December.
December
9th. The camera, it happened December 29th.
No, December 9th.
December 9th, 2024. Yeah, last year. It's only 2 months old, right? Almost 2 months old. That's it.
Why did it take so long to get out?
This information was released Friday. I mean, the full video was released Friday.
It's no doubt that these individuals not only have a power trip, but they most likely these individuals are racist.
Yeah, but remember
these are the members that's going to represent all of the rest of them. That's why whenever you see any of them, this is what you go to. Our minds go to right here, because the other ones allow these ones to stay in. That blue line, they all ride that blue line, and they allow these ones to stay in, knowing these ones is capable of this stuff.
You remember when Rodney King was on the ground, and we thought they ain't no way they're gonna allow these people to get away with this, and he got away with it for a long, long time. That cop, people were almost not like wanting to convict this person for what they were doing.
I say it's the blue line, because I've seen Latino officers do this stuff. I've seen Black officers do this stuff. I've seen all male, female officers do this stuff. It's the culture in the community in different precincts or whatever that okays this.
Right.
They don't push these people out, or the guys that do a bad shooting one place and get fired over there, and then they go somewhere else and get hired. Like the one dude that the lady with the boiling water, that police officer.
Right.
You go from one place to the next, and you still have problems in all these places. So it's not just that person; it's the culture.
This guy is having fun. This guy right here is having fun.
They having a good time over there, HQ.
And some of them are standing in front of the camera, and some of them, camera, and some of them are just standing there watching. But you guys should know at this particular point, look, he having a good old time. This one right here.
That tall one, yeah. Him right there, the baldy.
Where's he at? They took him out of there?
They got him over there on the ground, HQ.
Oh, stomping him out.
Stomping him out. Up against the corner.
Oh, I didn't know that's where he was. Oh my God.
That dude is over there strangling him. He was out on the gurney. He was unconscious on the gurney. His body was limp when he picked him up by his neck.
Well, why y'all got him over there in the corner then?
And this dude scared. These is the medical. Look at him laughing. Those is the medics.
I hope y'all are part of it. I hope y'all are part of that lawsuit. I hope
y'all
are part of
absolutely. And he's smiling. How could you be smiling? Y'all would have to fight me too. I don't even care if it's a convict. Y'all gonna have to fight me too.
The medics were men, or medics were medics. Do you know whether the medics were the men or
right there? Them is the medics right there. That guy right there.
Right there.
Yeah. What's his?
They don't even want to come around that corner. They don't want to come around that corner. It's too late. Look. Oh, what did I just see?
AG.
Well, what did I just see? What was that? Hold on. I just saw something wild. How y'all picking it up just like that? I mean, I just saw him pick him up like he was a rag guy. He must not be a big guy.
He's skinny. He's a skinny dude. He's unconscious.
Look, I saw something like lift him up.
Look at him over there stomping. Look at him.
Right. Like they determined what are they doing? Like boom, pulling him up. Like
yeah, look at him.
He's a rag down.
Yeah, he's out. He's been out. He's been unconscious.
This is crazy. I had not even seen this before. I mean, because I very rarely watch the news because I hate to see this kind of stuff. People do this kind of stuff to human beings, right? And I definitely told, when my husband worked as a correction officer, I was like, look, I don't want to hear none of that guy. I don't want to hear that kind of stuff, right? And I never heard of any things that had happened. Okay.
Facts, Ty. Yeah, they did, Sandra. Yeah, facts, Ty. You right, man. The way they look at him, he's out. They doing a sternal rub on him right now because he's unconscious. But the fact that they doing this and everybody is just nonchalant about it, that lets you know that they gonna
doing
do
an
this all the
external.
time.
What are they doing?
To wake you up. When somebody's unconscious, you do a sternal rub on them to get them to come, to wake up. He's been out. He's been out. He was out when they brought him in, when he was hitting him with the shoe and everything. He was out. His body was limp. And they did this to Sandra. Reed's right. This is what happened to Sandra Bland. We're not gonna ever know because there's nothing recorded on it. They talk about she deleted herself. That woman did not delete herself. You find you get pulled over, you get an attitude with the police, you get pulled over and arrested, taken to prison, and you just decide to delete your. No, this is what happened to her. She was probably talking smack to him, and they was like, "We're gonna teach her," and then they did this. Just like they broke that boy's neck in that car in that paddy wagon because they didn't strap him in, and they was driving all erratic and crazy. He's sloshing around in the back and broke his neck.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This is, man, power corrupts, man.
It's like they all just said, I'm just gonna stand there, I'm gonna watch, I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah, lifeless eyes on her mugshot. They talking about she was alive.
Right. Knowing full well you deleting a person. Why don't you know that is what you're doing when you're doing it to this person? Hey Tyranny, come on up.
That's why there needs to be non-police official. That's why, like, there's jobs that need to be made. When they talk about defunding the police and stuff, no, we don't need to defund the police. You need to defund all the little toys and stuff they get, the tanks and all that extra stupid stuff. And you need to be funding psychological and physical training for these officers and competency, regular competency checks for these officers and psych evaluations, regular psych evaluations, at least after every incident, like after every major incident, there needs to be a psychological evaluation. And about like at least once a year, there needs to be a psychological evaluation. There needs to be physical training for these officers, mental health training for these officers, steady background checks. Once you get it as a police officer, you shouldn't just automatically, oh, I'm a police officer. I don't, there still needs to be constant background checks. And they need to create an entity that does that. And there needs to be advocates for these prisoners that's not related. They are a separate entity from the police force that need to be there when stuff like this is happening.
I mean, it's like, why you not the keeper of your fellow man? He's just there.
He don't mean nothing to them. Look at that, man. Now they got the cuffs off of him, like it's gonna make it like. Now they got the vital signs machine next to him after they done whooped on this dude for the last 15 minutes. Man, all y'all need to be in a man. I don't know. All of y'all need to be up against a wall somewhere with stuff pointed at y'all, if y'all get what I'm saying.
And these are white shirts, people in white shirts.
Right, that dude over there is a white shirt. He's a man. Y'all hear my elbow popping? Oh God, no.
He's a white shirt. This is a white shirt dude right here.
Yeah. This is the ball. And then they're gonna lie and be like, oh man, we roughed him up a little bit because he was doing something. They're not gonna say, oh, he was on the gurney, handcuffed with his hands behind his back, and I had my boot in his solar plexus while they was punching him in his ribs, softening his ribs up while the other dude was up there choking him out. They're not going to say all that, man. These dudes, man. And now they just going back to business, doing paperwork, man.
Right. It's like, how can we make sure that these people are held accountable for this right here?
I'm an eye for an eye type of person. I'm an eye for an eye type of person.
He ain't moved. That dude ain't moved.
He got into. From the medical perspective, this man has all types of. They probably done ruptured his lungs. They probably They probably ruptured his lungs. They probably punctured his liver. They definitely broken some bones. He's probably got all type of tracheal damage, cranial, contusions and trauma in his head. Like,
right. Hey Tierney, how you doing, honey? Oh, she off the camera.
Good, yeah, I'm yelling at the kids right quick. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like, look, All those suits standing around, all those suits, the medical personnel, all of them. And y'all had to have heard it. The man was limp when they pulled him in the door. What did he do that was so damaging? What did he do that warranted what you all did? That's the question. What did that man do? I understand his charge. I understand that his charge was
he was rightfully there, yeah. But
right.
that still don't justify what they did. That's not their place to be the punishers of anything like that.
So my question is, you ain't trying to cover it up. So if you're not trying to cover it up, they must have thought they would be able to get away with it. If they're not trying to cover up what happened to this man.
Yeah, they thought they could get away.
You know what I'm saying? You must have thought you could get away with it, because ain't nobody covering no camera. Ain't nobody doing none of this. 17 people, 4 sergeants, 11 officers, 2 nurses. They said he tried to bite one of them.
Come on, man. He tried to bite one of them, so they all deleted this man.
Right.
Come on, man.
So you decided that you was going to see. I have the camera footage from every policeman that was there. Okay, this is every sergeant that was there. Okay,
they probably redacted the sound. That's what they redacted.
Yeah. So, but this is these are the people, the people's body camera. All of these people
from all angles, yeah.
From all angles. So okay, so you got all these people standing out.
That dude, bald dude right there, had his foot on his abdomen.
He got a blue shirt on, right? He got a blue shirt on.
Shirt. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the sergeant is over in the corner.
See, this is the camera from all angles. These are all the cameras from all the angles from every person who had a camera. So that tells me if nobody turned off the camera, then that tells me you guys were just sure that y'all ain't no way I commit a homicide on camera and know I'm finna get in trouble. They thought they were gonna cover for each other.
That's like robbing a bank, streaming it on Instagram.
Right.
Which is it's HQJ and Tyranny. We robbing this bank, y'all. We down here on 5th and Habashwa, robbing this bank.
Yeah, because you know the judge.
Right.
And you know the judge gonna let you go. So that's why I'm raising my kids to be a judge, because I'm ready to commit some black crime, some black power crime, and they're gonna be my judge so I can get off. But these people know the judge.
They in on it. Okay. Oh shit. It's just some of it I can't
Y'all
watch.
know police officers started off as slave hunters. That's what they started off as, slave hunters.
I don't do that though, Tyranny. Certain stuff starts certain ways and ends up a certain way. We need police officers, even though the culmination of police officers was a nefarious thing. But now we need police officers at this point, just not these ones.
Right. I'm not saying we don't need police officers, but that is how they started. It is what it is.
Is he alive at this point?
He unconscious. Well, he might not be unconscious right here, but when he lifted him up by his neck, his body was limp.
Right. A lot of these police officers are still
hurrying out of there. He hurrying out of there. He can't even take it. This dude is hurrying out of there because he can't stand. Let him get in the car.
If he's leaving, if he's not going to get something else and go back, if he's leaving, you know why he's leaving and not. Now, see, look at that. He went to go get cuffs.
Why would you need to go get cuffs?
Shackles, ankle restraints. He ain't leaving. They know what they're doing. These people are demons, man.
Okay.
But it's conflicting what you just said. You said we need police, and then you call them demons. So
No,
which one is it?
we do. It's not this. Just because I'm a police officer doesn't mean I'm a bad person. These people happen to be police, but these are bad people. I think you might have missed me when I was talking about the other stuff before. When they say defund the police, we don't need to defund the police. We need to take away the police's toys and trinkets, all the little fun stuff they get, and reallocate that money for consistent psychological evaluations for the police officers, continuous random background checks performed outside of there's no internal investigations anymore. There's no internal IA are not ex-cops.
He ain't moving. He ain't moving.
You know what I mean? IA, because when you got ex-cops and stuff, there's family members, people you used to serve with this person, yada yada yada. Right. Now you got this person investigating you. Hey, Bill, you got that thing coming down on you. I need you to let it go. No, man, none of that. It needs to be an outside entity that we don't have none of the jurisdictions cross over. We're not the same entity. We're investigating you on this thing. And we don't care if you get, it's not about proving you right or wrong. We're going to find the truth.
Right. So
they need to be, all that stuff, man. And they don't do it. That's how people like this can tote that blue line. And they build that culture within these certain communities when they can do stuff like this.
Look, he ain't even look. Look at that.
Look at him. You saw, look at that. Look at his body language. He like, man, that dude
fucked up.
Yeah. And I told you him, that guy to the right there, and the other dude, I told you, them was the two nurses.
Him, he's a nurse right here. Yeah. He's a nurse right there, right?
Him and the guy with the khaki sweatshirt on.
Right here.
I know a lot of good police officers, man. I'm not gonna say all police officers is bad, but
That's
certain people.
I wish I would have let me finish, because I wasn't all police officers are bad. My mom works in the force, so I wasn't saying that. But when that was the original job title, was slave catchers. It is what it is. And it moved anywhere from 1800 to 2025. There's nothing different. There's nothing different.
That's not fair to say that. It's not the same.
It's
not the same at all.
We want to say that there's good police officers, but those good police officers were standing around watching.
Tyranny, you got to break that mentality. There is
no mentality to break.
It is a mentality. Your mind,
you're black men. When
you're
I'm
under mental slavery.
You're not letting me finish. Hold on, that's a pet peeve, right? I gotta finish because you don't understand my full point. That's not what I'm saying. I just said my mom works for the force, so I can't be like she's a bad cop. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
All these people that's standing around watching are the good police that you're referring to.
No, they're not.
Okay.
How are you going to put those words into my mouth and you haven't been listening to me the whole entire time?
What would a good police do?
I would not call good police officers demons. These people, these human beings in this room, every last one of them on video is a demon, and they need to be dealt with.
Right. What would a good police do?
Stop this.
Do you know they get reprimanded?
I don't care if they get reprimanded. It doesn't matter that they can stop it. You can get reprimanded and this man will still be alive. Before they brought him in.
So in the police force, if you try to stop it, you're going against them. You're going against the agency. I hear you saying but that's not a solution, right? There's been plenty of
cops. Why is your mom in the force?
My mom works in the corporal.
So why did she join the force though?
Because she has to feed her kids. She got to feed her kids.
You're talking for both sides.
And that's it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't agree with what my mama do. I don't agree with what my mom does, but she's not on the streets arresting people. She's in the jailhouse.
Right.
She's the one that does the paperwork. She's the one that do what they do and etc.
Right.
Okay. But I'm saying if these cops cannot stop this, y'all, this is why a lot of people had a problem with voting for Trump. Because
That's one. That's the whole of all of those videos.
A lot of people don't understand what that qualified immunity is. It has nothing to do with these individuals doing this right here. It's not the same thing.
Right.
Okay, so what's going to be different with qualified immunity?
It's like if I pull you over for a traffic stop, right? and I'm telling you, yada, 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 yada. Okay, Miss Tierney, I see you have a warrant. I need you to get out the car. And you don't get out the car. I'm gonna have to break your window and take you out the car. You got a warrant. I have justifiable means of detaining you and putting you under arrest. And I'm getting you out of the car and you fight and doing all this stuff, right? Right. Say during you restraining yourself, during you resisting my arrest, your shoulder comes out of socket, right? Or something like that. Right. Got you down, got the cuffs on you, put you in the back of the car. I didn't beat on you, I didn't do nothing. But right. You're trying to sue me for doing my job. That's qualified immunity. You're not allowed to sue me as long as I'm in the confines of doing my job. That's what qualified immunity means. It don't mean I could just beat on somebody and get away with it. And now, am I saying that's not going to happen in specific places, depending on the judges and stuff like that? No, but that has nothing to do with Trump. It's for people to be able to do their job. Because we need police officers that accurately police people. Right.
So if I say that you bit me, Jay, is that not enough excuse to bite your ass and beat your ass back? If I say that you were biting me, like they said with this guy, if I said, oh, he bit me, then is that justifiable? Would that be a justifiable excuse?
No, because I'm a police officer. Wait, who's the police officer in this case?
Me, the criminal.
Okay.
Bit Jay, the police officer.
Okay.
That's what you said. I bit you. Because that's what they said about this guy in the tape that
I'm not talking about that. You take exactly what I say and you take it to a different case. That's not what I specifically laid out exactly what qualified immunity is, and I'm not talking about this case here. Right. This is totally unjustified. This is totally unjustified.
But that's what they're going to do. Say things that's going to justify their behavior. That's what they've been doing.
Didn't I also say that you can't control every case? Because if you could control every case, police officers wouldn't do this at all. You can't control every case because there's certain places that are like this who do have that blue culture around, right? The one that you're talking about. That's gonna push stuff to the side and try to justify it.
But does this right here come to the level of qualified immunity?
No, absolutely not. This is not a qualified immunity case.
Right.
This is outside the bounds of law enforcement.
Okay.
This is assault. This is murder. This is not them. It is nowhere in when they're signing their contract for their job does it say I can beat on people.
Okay.
I can lynch. They lynched this man. It's nowhere in the thing that you can sign. This is not qualified immunity.
Okay.
Qualified immunity
I
is there for police officers to be able to do their
yeah.
job. It's there for police and look it up, man. Just find out actually what it is. Don't trust me.
I understand the qualified immunity. What defense would these people have for this right here?
None.
They got all the body cam. They got all the body angles, cameras.
This is if this is one of them things that goes to a judge that's on their side, or they got some dirt on him or something like that, and somebody gets off. It's gonna be nasty somewhere. It's gonna be nasty somewhere.
Because it's 7 is what is it? Was it 17 or 14 men, people that were charged? 14, they were charged with this whole thing. I don't know whether they're charged with murder. I don't know whether they're charged with anything like that. But I know that they were all charged, 14 or 17, 2 nurses. My whole question is, why were the nurses charged?
Because they're scared. Oh, why were they charged?
Yeah, why were they charged?
My bad. I thought you was gonna say why did they sit back? Because they were scared. They sat back because they were scared. But they charged because it was outside the lines of their job. They're there to protect. They're there to protect.
Isn't that called a mandated reporter or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah, you have to.
Mandated to report.
And even if they say, okay, I feared for my life, yada yada yada. As soon as they could have walked out and called other, another agency to let them know, hey, this is going down. They're down here about to kill this dude.
Right.
You need to get somebody here, ASAP. And there's other agencies that can come in. that's not affiliated with these
Would
officers.
they have been
these
able to
sheriffs.
call the FBI?
No.
So it would have.
I mean, you could have, but they're not going to get there in time for that.
Right. So 911 would have been the move for them to make.
They could have called like an internal affairs.
Oh, an internal affairs. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Because whatever they did to help him or tried to help him, it didn't work. He just had too much damage.
Yeah, or I mean, in might be kind of outside the bounds, but they could have called like the local news station. It was like, hey, y'all might want to get over here right now, and because it's something's big is going on right now.
Right, right.
You know,
but they
like
didn't.
we
They couldn't do any of that. Go
I
ahead,
just feel like
Tammy.
we sick of. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm really sick of hearing, take them to the jailhouse. Take them to the. I'm ready for black men to stand up and say, what we gonna do about this? Because when injustice happens to Caucasians, they doing something about it. When it happens to Indians or Asians or Hispanics, they're doing something about it.
Right.
But our men are only relying on this very system that is against them. Right. This will never stop until the black man moves, not the black woman. All we got is a voice. You guys are way more powerful. When are we going to stop having to see this type of stuff?
Right.
And when are our men going to move?
This is
what y'all going to do?
This was
can I say two things?
Yeah, go ahead, huh?
If it's an answer.
No, it's not an answer. It's actually a question. The first question is, are you aware that this stuff happens to everybody, not just us? You probably only get upset when it does happen to black men.
This does not happen to Caucasians
it does.
as it does black men.
It does.
It's so disturbing that
does.
you're talking about all lives matter right now.
It does.
We're not talking about
it
all
does
lives
happen
matter,
to everybody. It's a power struggle. It has nothing to do with race.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said, Jay. I said, when are y'all gonna move?
And second of all, how come we don't have the same energy when all these communities that we live in, all man. How come we don't have the same energy? How come BLM only had that energy when white people killing black people? Huh?
BLM was organized by George Soros.
No, they don't.
That's not a black man.
I'm talking about BLM in general.
I said black men. I said black men.
How come black men is not in the black community stopping gangs? How come black men is not doing yada yada?
Going to stop cooning and saying some cops is good cops? When y'all black asses gonna move, bro? We tired. And then y'all get mad at us black women when we gotta be masculine. If you want us to stay feminine, y'all need to do something.
Stop that. Y'all don't even listen to us. How other people gonna listen to us?
Because you're not doing nothing.
Here, the pot calling the pot.
How we gonna listen to a group
you don't
of
even
men
listen. You're black. You don't even listen. You don't even listen. You don't even listen.
I don't listen to who? My husband knows I listen.
Who else is gonna listen? So who is gonna listen to me, Tyranny? I'm not your husband. I'm not your husband.
How many women are in this chat? I am not your husband.
You listen to your husband. Are you gonna listen to any black man? If I say sister, you need to get off. Sister, you need to get off the streets. Sister, you need to get off the streets. It's dangerous out here.
When you guys gonna do something, Jay? When you guys gonna do something? Y'all love being in the white woman's coochie, but you can't stand up for your black woman.
I do. I got two from the white woman's coochie, so I'm good in that aspect.
That's where that all lives matter talk comes from.
Wow,
it's not no all lives matter.
Not going on. No,
Tyranny, are you a human being? Tyranny, are you a human being? Are you a human being?
What? I am a black woman first.
Are you a human? You're a black woman before a human. You're a black woman before you're a human.
We are like gods. I don't know where this human stuff came from either.
The Bible. Why are you always bringing up the
now
Bible? Wasn't the Bible used to enslave and keep black people in?
Move, do something, do something.
Y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button.
You're not even listening to me because I don't. Because we don't agree.
You said was this happens to everybody.
It does. It does happen to everybody. It literally does happen to everybody.
Okay, so what kind of?
Because I care about people. I just don't care about black people. I care about people.
Forget every other people.
They are my people because I'm a human being. I'm a human
my
being
God.
first.
So
I'm not a black
Chinese
man
people is your
first.
people.
I'm
Yes,
Chinese.
hitting
they're
the
human
dislike button, Ty. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button.
So Tyranny, if you see a little white girl walking through the street looking all disheveled and you know kind of bloodied and bruised, you just gonna walk by, you're a little white girl. Ugh.
I'm gonna call her white cops because they're gonna make sure she's good.
Man, get out of here.
I'm gonna call her white policemen, her white government, because they're gonna make sure she's good. But my big problem is Tyrone. My
Oh
big
my
problem
God,
is Deshaun.
man. No,
Y'all,
your problem
my
is
problem
you and your
hey,
mentality. You have a
that's
slave
my
mentality.
mentality is black
You think white people are
power.
better than us. That's
Black
why.
power.
It's not all human beings are all different individuals.
We are
You
different.
think I'm black, they're white, we're this, they're
We're
that. No, we're
different.
human beings.
No, you're
Everybody is different. Everybody
You're
is
human.
different.
You-
I
you're
am human.
You
I
being
am
human.
human.
I'm
I don't
like
know what
God,
you are.
okay? And I care about my people.
You ain't no
I care
God.
about my people.
Not
I
no
care about
God.
my people.
You're not a God.
The white
You
cops
go-
number is
hey,
911.
you're gonna meet your demise just like I will. We
My
all gonna be in the
demise will be
soil
met
one
when
day.
I
You're
say
not a
you're-
God.
Your demise is going to be met when that white man kill you and tell you you ain't like us. That's when your demise going to come. He going to look at you and say, you ain't like us and we don't care about you. That's what he going to tell
Hey,
you.
tyranny.
This right here is just plain cruelty.
It's a show.
Hey,
Tyranny.
Oh, you got all
this
these
is
caucuses.
plain cruelty.
You talking nonsense. You talking
How
nonsense.
am I talking nonsense?
You
by
know
saying
why?
black
You know
people
why you talking
first?
nonsense, tyranny?
Why?
Because my childhood neighbor growing up went to the store to go get pizza. You know he was robbed. You know he wasn't killed by police officers. You know who killed him and robbed him for the money
Let me
he
guess,
had when
you're
he
going
went
to
to go get
blame
a
your
pizza?
black brother. You're going to say
You
your black brother.
know what? You just said a white man was gonna come kill me. Tyranny? A white man didn't kill my childhood
question
neighbor.
was, when are black men going to stand together and say we're sick of this?
You can't only care when other people of other skin colors kill us. It's either a bad thing. It's either a bad thing or it's not. Just because somebody else is white that kills. Yes, murder is wrong.
Okay,
so how come
but
we
it's
not this
happening
mad
to
for any
us.
black brother getting
But
killed?
it's happening to us more than it's happening to
No,
anybody on
it's
this planet.
not.
Oh
No,
my
it's
God.
not.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. For you to even say something like that out your mouth, them other races are being tortured just as much as we are. You need to turn off the TV, Jay.
You know who gets tortured the most?
Oh my
Poor
God.
people.
And who's
Anywhere
more
in the
poor
planet.
in this world?
Not black people.
Okay.
Asians,
hold on.
Asians and Latinos.
This is a better angle right here. This is a better angle.
Asians and Latinos around the world. Are you familiar with human trafficking? Are you familiar with human trafficking?
Oh, there he is. He's bleeding. Face is bleeding.
Yeah, they lynched this man. HQ.
Hold on, y'all.
They lynched this man.
Hold on, y'all.
Yes, and they lynch white people too.
Point, right? He looked like he bleeding. He looked like he breathing right here.
He is. He is.
Breathing very. He breathing.
This is too cool for me. HQ, I love you, girl, but the coonery.
Hey, go ahead, get off. Go ahead, get off. Go cook your husband some. Go cook your husband a meal.
You done cooned yourself tonight.
Go cook your husband a meal.
Coon flowers. Which is your favorite?
Go cook your husband a meal. Go listen to another black man tell you what to do.
Because I can't believe you. The question is, when you black men gonna do something?
This footage.
You don't listen. That's your biggest problem. Every time I see you on the panel, you don't listen. You don't listen. You do not listen.
I hear.
If I see you, tyranny, if I see you in trouble, I'm not looking at, let me go help that black woman. No, look at this person in trouble. Let me go help them.
You stay over there. Don't come help me. Don't come help me. You stay over there. I love you, HQ. I see you later, girl.
All right, bye.
Oh my God. Do you HQ, do you understand what I'm saying when people they get the mentality and try to separate themselves from other people?
Right. Yeah.
You can tell tyranny does not get out in the world. You can tell she does not get out in the world. I've served the country. I've lived all over the world. I know all different types of people. I've met good people from every ethnicity and race. I've met bad people from every ethnicity and race. It has nothing to do with the melanin or lack of melanin in my skin.
It has to do with whether you're a good person or a bad person.
A good person or a bad person.
And you allow this kind of thing to happen. You allow this kind of thing to happen. 14 people on the watch of this person. 14 people.
14 horrible, demonic people.
Human beings. Okay. 14 human beings that allowed this man to lose his life when they had agency over this person, right? They had agency over this person. So you deserve whatever comes your way. I want the law to do what they need to do for these people to go to jail and spend time in jail. Evil men prevail when other men or good men stand around and do nothing.
Do nothing. Yeah, exactly.
Which is how I feel about Donald Trump. But that's another day, right? The whole point is they allowed all of this to happen. All of these things continue to happen.
You can't say that, HQ.
I can't say what?
About Donald Trump. I don't protect Donald Trump. It's not about it's like what Ty said. It's a systemic thing. It's just one sec. I'm not defending Donald Trump. I don't care about Donald Trump.
Right.
The right is not different than the left. They just approach it differently to get us to fight each other. The left doesn't have your interests at heart no more than the right does. They just doing it from two different ways. There's a statement that the bird, the eagle, or whatever it is, the two wings, the right wing and the left wing, when they flap, they come together. It is the same.
Ain't the same.
It's the same. It's the same.
Not the same. Not with what's happening right now with the systematic destruction of our Constitution. We ain't the same if we allow this to go on. But that's another day, because I'm extremely annoyed with what's going on because people are not watching, with the Department of Education being destructive, knocking all those things down.
The thing about that, can I just say one thing about the Department of Education? If the Department of Education was such a strong institution that didn't need to be dismantled, then how come high school Black boys is reading at a 5th grade level? If the Department of Education was doing its job,
what does that have to do with it? How come to do with people learning to read? It has nothing to do with it.
The Department of Education, the requirements for education.
What requirements? What requirements?
Exactly. If the Department of Education was such a good thing, if the Department of Education was such a good thing, then how come we got so many kids that are behind?
We don't have a national level for people to have a national what is it called? We don't have national rules for school. That's not what that does. These are state runs all of their school facilities. State runs all of those requirements for people to learn to read, for the teacher to do what they got to do. They don't have. That's not a state thing.
HQ, if so, state by state.
I mean, that's not
you mean to tell me you need a Department of Education. You need the Department of Education for the city funds to get to schools. You need a Department of Education. Like, that should be just an inherent thing, just like how City Hall runs in every city. That should be an inherent thing that happens. This is the requirement for the schools. This is a requirement for get from this grade level to this grade level for all students. The school should have the funding of the school should be in the city budget. How come it's not inherently in that? These are questions we need to ask. That's why,
but you cannot defund the Department of Education when they do the things that they do. You cannot just defund the Department of Education. Why is it that everyone feels the need to defund the Department of Education? What does it do?
And
what does the Department of Education do? No, I'm saying the right questions. You all said, everybody agreed. Okay, let's defund the Department of Education. What does the Department of Education do?
Boom, right there. We need them to stop closing schools and equally fund these schools, no matter the neighborhood. That's what I was going to say. That's the question we need to be asking. How come the school over here on the east side don't get the same funding as the school on the north side?
Okay, so
how come? Oh, the property taxes over here is higher.
I'm the federal government, and I send the state of Georgia $5 billion. Once the state of Georgia get that $5 billion, I don't have no say over that $5 billion. That state has something to say about that $5 billion.
And so far,
what does that have to do? Wait a minute, hold on. What does that have to do with me when your state asks for $5 billion to cover these programs? I give you $5 billion. I'm the government. I'm the national government, federal government. Why would you try to take my power away when it's the person that is in the state that runs the state, the governor that runs the state, the legislator that runs the state has access to what they're doing?
Okay.
I don't have anything to do with what they do with their money.
I got that. So, so the right wants to cut that funding, right? Right. So let's ask the other side of it. The previous years where the Department of Education has been installed and they get that money and the schools still don't get funding. Now, what's the question? How come the schools didn't get the money when it was allotted to them? How come that money wasn't distributed evenly amongst the schools? Why not? That's the question. That's the question for who? The people who were in charge of the Department of Education. That's why they're getting dismantled. That's why they're getting dismantled.
In the state, not the federal government Department of Education, not the federal government Department of Education, the state.
What does the federal Department of Education do?
They provide the grants, the loans, the scholarships for people to go to school who can't afford it. They provide the free schooling, the free food that the poor people cannot get.
Why do they
collect
need that?
data? They collect data about educational standards, statistics, performance. They collect all of those things. They promote access for people, poor people, people who aren't able to get to the schools. HQ. They provide programs. They provide money and programs for the disabled to get to the school, to get program, to get funding. All of those kids that have, what is it called? What is those kids have these days? That special needs kids. I forgot.
Autism?
Yeah, autism. They provide the funding for those things for people that they provide that money for that. They don't have anything to do with the state, what the state does with that money once they distribute that money. The state offers their budget for what they need, money they need, and the federal government gives them that need. You don't dismantle the federal government, you dismantle the education in those states. You do the investigation of those states.
I mean, he can go state to state, but it's just easier to cut it off at the other side.
But then you cut off
and make them do it right. And make them do it right, because they have been doing it wrong this entire time.
You throw the baby out with the bad water.
I'm all for that, man. I'm all for that. These
you all for
yes, because it's gonna settle. It's not gonna go. It's not gonna go.
You're all for getting rid of the.
It's not gonna go a year without it happening this way. The money is gonna get allocated correctly once they do all this budget investigation in these places.
You don't need budget educate. You don't need to do budget investigation for the federal government. You need to do budget for investigation of the state's budget.
Rakai just put it in the chat right now. The mission of the Department of Education is to promote student achievement and preparation for global competitiveness by fostering educational excellence and ensuring equal access for students.
Okay.
Do you know how broad that is?
I just gave you four things that the Department of Education do.
Why does the Department of Education need to be doing that? Why?
Who's going to do
it? But like
who's going to do it?
On the state level, right? On the state level, when the state gets federal funding, or they get funding from the community, or taxes, or property taxes, and all this money, when you do your budget at home, I was listening to your thing the other day. I wasn't talking in the chat, but I was listening to it about the budgeting.
Mm-hmm.
How come our states, the cities, the other parishmen in the area, how come the budgeting isn't on point to where all this stuff gets money allocated to it? There's more than enough money going around.
You are asking state questions. You want to cut off the government funding, the federal funding,
because they've been misappropriating the funds.
State is doing that. What do you mean?
So the federal government stopped giving it to them.
You can't stop giving the state money.
Well, they did, because they've been stealing it the whole time.
Hold on. Just for example, California is a rich state. And then North Dakota is a poor state.
Mm-hmm.
So North Dakota needs, just for example, North Dakota don't have no money coming in, not really, but California is flush with cash. Let's take away all the federal money for the people that go to North Dakota. Let's take away all that money. What about the rural schools that need help? What about the rural students that need funding? Now all the funding is gone because somebody got to be spending all the money. We just can't send no money to y'all. What about those people in those rural communities who have faraway school? How are they going to get busing? How are they going to have free lunch? They don't get no free lunch. Ain't no free lunch no more. Once you take away the Department of Education, they don't get no free lunch. Those autistic kids don't get them special programs, get that special help. Those poor people who need grants, loans, and scholarships don't get none of that no more.
Where's the money going, HQ?
What do you mean? Ask the states. Not taken away from the federal government.
I am asking the states. Where's all that state funding going? You can't tell me the states don't have money for education. They don't value. You don't regulate the government. Value education. The states do not value education. We don't. As Americans, we don't value education. We don't.
So your solution is to take away all the money that would help the poor people?
When they're not appropriating the money correctly, you take it away.
So what? Look at the programs and appropriate it correctly.
And guess what should happen?
Set it down.
Guess what should happen, HQ, when that happens? You got the people, you got the state, you got the federal government. Federal government stops giving the state money, that stops helping the people. What should the people do at that point?
What can poor people do? What do they have
get rich? Stop voting for the people that's in there taking the state money and get people in there that's going to allocate the money correctly to the schools and to education. We are not voting for anyone unless they are putting money in the schools.
If they're the same, then you need representation. Don't you need representation somewhere? What representation?
All the people. If everybody poor, that's your representation. That's your body. We the people. If everybody's broke, it's we the people. If I don't vote for you, you don't get in.
Jay, you cannot take federal money away from places where the people would die or they would perish because they don't.
You're not getting it, HQ.
I get it.
The money is the money has not been being used properly the entire time.
Just because it's not being used properly doesn't mean they don't need to use it.
They wasn't getting the money anyway. They was getting scraps.
Who wasn't getting it?
Scraps. They were getting portions of the money.
Who?
I guarantee if you follow the money, if you go, what's the suit? I guess
what money?
Look California at all the schools
getting all the money they need.
Follow the school superintendents, follow all these people and look at their offshore accounts and their bank accounts and see where that money's going. It's not going into the school systems. It's not. We know it. Whenever there's a stadium that needs to be, it's private funding. It's just $1 billion is $1 billion. It's not propaganda. It's logic. It's not.
Yes, it is.
When the stadium needs to get built, and they need $3 billion for this stadium to get built. That stadium gets built with that $3 billion. When we need schools and funding and stuff, and they give them $3 billion for this stuff, and the problem still isn't solved.
That's propaganda.
They still owe schools. There's still old books. When I was in high school, it's not propaganda. When I was in high school, I had books from 1970.
That's propaganda.
My social studies books had people's names in it from the 70s. How is that propaganda?
We wouldn't be having people having grants, scholarships, and loans and things like that.
You're talking about a very small portion of it, HQ. I'm talking about the systemic problem.
Are you telling me that feeding children all over this country, free food, free lunches is a small portion? No,
why are so many people poor and broke? Why are so many people poor and broke?
Yeah, can you solve that particular problem? I'm confused.
Why? I want to know.
But that's not what we're talking about.
We are talking about it because the kids need to be fed. So how come their parents can't feed them?
What does that have to do with the Department of Education?
Because why I gotta feed your kids? It should be a very small
food for everybody's kids. Rich kids
it should be a very small percentage of kids that actually need
food for poor kids and rich kids.
It's
a free program for all of the kids to get free food. It has nothing to do with just cutting off just poor people. They used to ask those questions. Now they don't ask those questions. Everybody gets free food.
What I'm saying is the money was never allocated correctly in the first place, HQ.
So
the money wasn't being used in the first place.
Nobody should have grants and scholarship. Poor people shouldn't get grants and
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. There's tons of grants and scholarships, but that's a very small percentage of the funding that's going to these schools. And these schools aren't getting all the funding that they were supposed to be getting. The money was going somewhere else. You not hear what I'm saying?
The Department of Education does not run schools directly. That's handled by the state and local government. The federal government has nothing to do with the running schools.
So where does that money go? That goes to them. It
sets national priorities and ensures that the federal education laws are followed. That's what they do. They manage student loan program. They manage the free food program. They promote equal access to education, collecting data, analysis. That's the Department of Education's job. The Department of Education
sets up tests.
Hold on. States present their budget. I need $5 billion for my Department of Education. I need $10 billion for my Department of Education. I need X, Y, and Z for my Department of Education. When you present a budget saying this is what you need, the Department of Education, the federal government presents those funds for you to do whatever. I don't know how it's allocated. I'm just assuming it's allocated like that.
So you just taking their word for it, HQ?
Taking what word for it?
Well, there's
assuming there's somebody that overlooks that.
HQ.
I don't know.
Okay.
All I'm saying, I'm not saying you. What you're saying is because there's some waste in there, we need to get rid of
some waste. There's not some waste.
We don't know what the waste is. Stop saying it like you know.
That's why they're setting it up to find out where the waste is coming from.
You don't know.
HQ.
I'm saying don't kill the doggone program just because you find some waste in there. Don't say it's a lot of waste. We don't know what waste is in there.
It is a lot of waste.
Nobody has facts.
It is a lot of waste. We can see it. We can see it in the school systems.
How can you see it?
You ever seen one of those street interviews where they ask kids what time it is and they don't even know what time it is and they in high school? They graduated to high school. They freshmen, sophomore, seniors in high school and they don't know how to tell time or simple math problems.
Wait a minute. Oh, so you mean to tell me the money spent on teachers is wasted?
If the teachers is not teaching, I know a lot of good teachers. I know a lot of bad teachers.
But what does this have to do with funding those programs? What does this have to do with funding those programs, Jay?
If you come to me for a program,
you're talking about a teacher not educating the student. I'm talking about paying for free lunch. I'm talking about paying grants and scholarships. I don't know what the heck. I don't know. I did it the other day. Anyway, see, you got me off on this bullshit.
I'm sorry. I saw balloons.
I wasn't on this bullshit. I was on them.
You brought up Trump. You shouldn't have brought up Trump. You shouldn't have brought up Trump because you talk about federal stuff.
I was on these
demons,
ninjas killing people in the prison system. Okay, I was on that.
Okay, we go back.
My whole point is, when do these people start going to trial? I know these
teachers ain't getting paid.
Are these people in jail?
That's what I said. Every last one of them better be behind bars, right? They don't need to be out on bond or nothing. They need to be behind bars right now, awaiting trial.
Wait a minute, look it up. Are these people on trial? I mean, these people going to jail? Are they in jail right now? What the hell is the name? Robert Brooks assailants, because that's what they are.
You got tyranny talking about police was started back when the slaves was. We not slaves. You don't know no slave. Name a slave. I heard black people talking about slaves. I'm tired of seeing slave movies.
They had a duty to intervene. What the heck was going on? And they should be, this is December 9th. He was serving 2024. That dude, 43-year-old, was serving a 12-year sentence for first-degree assault. And he was transferred on December 9th, 2024. Okay. He was transferred to this medical facility. Was it a medical facility or was it a correctional facility?
Your great-grandparents was, how old are you, Rakai?
My great-grandparents was like, boy, it said Brooks, bloodied and motionless, was declared dead the following day. 13 officers and 1 nurse involved in the incident were suspended and terminated. See, why would they terminate those people? I mean, is it immediate termination that they're supposed to get?
It better had been. It better had been.
Suspended and terminated. 1 officer resigned. I wonder who the one that resigned was.
He probably didn't touch him. His lawyer probably advised him, you need to go ahead and just resign and try to get your name out of this.
Because if you one of those ones that took off, if you one of those ones that took off, saw the beginning, but took off, you might be able to walk away.
None of them did. We thought he did. He went to go get ankle cuffs. He went to go get ankle shackles.
That's wild. And the
we
dude
thought he was running
at that point.
Bloodied up all in the face.
It said supervisors were there.
I'm not ignoring racism, Ty, but I'm gonna say this. Like, I'm not the type of person that's gonna go into a situation and initially say it's a race thing. I tell people, you're gonna have to prove to me you racist. I want you to be overt with your racism, so I know exactly what I'm dealing with. Don't be don't be no scared, closeted. Oh, no. Go ahead, say it. Come on, let me get it. You're gonna have to be overt, because if I go into the mentality, say I'm going into job interviews, and I go into mentality, oh, I'm interviewing with this white dude. Oh, he's always automatically looking at me as a black dude. No, bro, you know how much I got in here right now. You gonna pick me? You're not gonna pick. I don't want no DEI hire. When I was doing fire, I don't want you to hire me because I'm one of the only black dudes out here on the fire field. You're gonna hire me because I'm one of the best people out here on the field. I don't want to be DEI hired. Right. I'm not just my complexion. Does my complexion come with other stuff? Yeah, I get that. I get all the racial implications and stuff that's happened in the country. And trust me, I'm not happy about all that other nonsense, but I'm not automatically gonna put race on something. I'm gonna hold people accountable as individuals, just like I hold us accountable as individuals.
Right.
Now, the person might be racist. They're still a horrible person. I could just put that on top of it.
Right.
Somebody gonna call me racist for something. Oh, you racist? I'm not racist.
Right. Nobody's racist. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Coming in and hit the like button. The whole point is these guys, we can't say it's racism. He's the only black guy in the room who's getting his ass kicked. But we can't particularly say that this is racism, because you said, Jay, that this happens every day.
Stuff, yeah, and
people get murdered. Do people get nerfed every day?
Yes, and this stuff don't just happen to black people, Tyranny. This stuff happens all the time to a lot of people. It just hurts more when it happens to somebody that looks like us. Because history has shown us we don't get justice when somebody looks like us. Am I arguing that point? No, I'm not arguing that point. I understand that, but it happens to everybody. The news don't talk about other cases. Because I had to get off Facebook for a while when after Trayvon and all that other stuff was happening, even though that wasn't a police officer, but still, all that stuff, man, all my posts, man, I'm just getting just angered, and all I'm seeing is this in my feed, and I'm not only seeing it happen to black people, but why don't I see the other, like the young white teenage kid who was about to get arrested, for marijuana, and the cop deleted him through the window of his car when the cop said, "Oh, he tried to run me over. Did you see it? You was on the side of his car." I didn't see that in nobody's media. Teenage white kid by a white police officer. And it was during all that stuff, and nobody said nothing about it. I was equally outraged because it was an abuse of power.
Right.
This stuff happens all the time, man. You just don't see it. If you go looking for it, you're gonna find it, man.
Right. Y'all hit the like button. Super Cash are great. Cash apps are welcome. I don't see a Cash app nowhere. Y'all be playing.
I ain't got no money on my thing. I'm in Canada, HQ. I got to get Apple cards.
HQ. Civil Rights Act was signed into law in 1964, and your baby Jesus, Mr. Trump, is trying to dismantle that. Think about it. Think about it. My whole point is these people right here are sick. These people are sick. Who did it? You had something going on before this happened. This is something going on before this happened. You got supervisors, white shirts. Wait a minute. I thought white shirts ain't supervisors. Ain't white shirts lieutenants or something like that?
They're lieutenants, ain't they?
Oh, yeah, I thought white shirts were lieutenants
Yeah, because the sergeants is still the top blue shirt.
The blue, but they have a little thing on their collar. So it was sergeants, lieutenants, everything that was at the scene of this, that was at the scene and knew this man was barely breathing. They wanted to get him out. He was barely there. And you could tell from the EMT, the dude, the Mercer, the nursing or whoever he was, the nurse was still like, y'all better leave that man alone. Y'all better not hit that man. That man looked like he's sick. Okay. That man looked like he was sick. But they kept on doing it. They kept on doing it.
Yeah, they wanted to delete him, HQ. They wanted to delete him.
I believe
that wasn't just
right.
That's why I said it's like, and I use my mom's term, that was a demonic spirit that got in these dudes, that hive mentality. That dude, all of them was doing it on his chest, choking him up, lifting him with his neck, like
grabbing him, choking him. And he wasn't a big dude. He was a little dude. He wasn't even a big dude. All of them were big dudes. One or two of them could have did one or two. It was one or two people who did that damage. But you know, it's gonna be three of them that's gonna be explicitly pulled in and said you did the deleting, because the rest of you guys stood around and you watched, which meant you encouraged it, which meant you were a part of it too. I didn't do nothing. I didn't put my hands on him. I didn't touch him. But we didn't hear none of y'all say, stop messing with him. We didn't hear none of y'all say, get up off of him. We didn't see none of y'all try to get them up off him. I would have probably been deleted right along with him, because I wouldn't have been able to.
That's what I said, HQ. Y'all that had to fight me too. Y'all that had to fight me too, because I could say black. I could say I'm not going to stand here and allow y'all to beat this black man like this. Right. But if it was I don't care what he was. I'm not standing here. I'm not going to stand here and allow y'all to beat this man like this.
Right. It wouldn't matter what color he was.
Not what color it was. And I don't care if it was all of us was black and it was a white dude.
Right.
I'm not going to let y'all beat this man like this, man. This is it's just not right. I ain't built like that. Y'all not about to do this. All y'all need to step out, or we all gonna have a problem. We all gonna have a problem.
Everybody. The minute I catch wind, the minute I see it is the minute I'm gonna hold all of y'all accountable. And I can be the only female in the room, and I can go down however you want it to go down, but you're not gonna do it on my watch. I'm not going to say something, because it's another human being laying on that table, and that dude never moved. We never saw that dude move again. Okay.
We saw him breathing that one time. Right. With the blood coming out of his face.
And that was it. And he was going at that particular point. He couldn't say nothing. He couldn't say nothing. He couldn't do nothing. He was on his way. He was on the train going to meet his maker before he even got done. He said, but in jail, you're going to be more inclined to stick with your own, because everybody separate to their group. I'm not a person that goes along with the group. I never have been one of those people that go along with what other people say. That's why I'm always contrary when I talk to people, because people say, you say this, you say that, you do this, you do that. No, I don't go along with no group. The minute I see something wrong on a human being, I'm going to say something. I have a soul. I can't do it.
Chef had a good question for you, HQ. He said, HQ, so if you were president of the United States right now, and there was no Senate or Congress to stop you, what are 3 changes you would make on this topic that would be enforced immediately?
I would make sure that the poor and the homeless and the downtrodden weren't cut away from the funds that they need. I would make sure there would be a national education where people who couldn't afford it going to college would be able to go to college for free. I would make sure that Medicare, Medicaid, and all of those things, health benefits would be free. That's what I would do. I got enough money. I got enough money to pay for my medical. I got enough money to pay for my education. I got enough money. But there's people on this planet that will never have enough money. They will never have enough money to feed themselves. They will never have enough money to educate themselves. They will never have enough money to live on a basic standard of living. And those are my concern as a president, as a human being. That would be my first priority. Everybody else can take care of themselves. You rich, you ready, you make a living, you can do that. But a poor, disabled, mentally disabled, handicapped child, autistic child, older people, old people, no. I would never abandon those people. We already have socialist program. Why everybody keeps saying socialist program? We already got those. Medicaid and Medicare and all of those already socialist programs. What do you mean?
So your first thing you said was to help the poor and the downtrodden people.
Yes, I would make sure they have access to college.
Hard-working middle class people would think a way about that, because those people are like.
No, I wouldn't concern myself about the middle class, because the middle class will make their way. They will make their way.
And that's why the left is losing a lot of the middle class.
No, we're not losing the middle class. We're not
Trump
losing
would disagree. Trump would disagree. He's in office right now, HQ.
Well, I can't help what he would do. You asked me what I would do.
I'm telling
you what I would do. I'm telling you what I would do.
And that's what
you're only as good as your weakest link. You're only
but if your weakest link don't want to catch up to the middle, then
we cannot abandon our weak, our downtrodden, our children. We cannot do that. Period.
A lot of these people,
when Trump talks about cutting Social Security, cutting the Department of Education, cutting all those programs, why isn't he cutting the stuff that belongs at the Pentagon? Why isn't he cutting those programs? He's not cutting those programs because he feels like he needs to cut from the poor. All this waste. When you cut programs, people are going to die. Why can't you cut the Pentagon budget? That budget is big. Why y'all can't? They spending $10,000 on
it's a lot of waste up there too. It's a lot of waste at the bottom, and it's a lot of waste at the top.
So what I'm saying is start there. Don't start with the poor people. Don't start cutting the stuff from the poor people first. Cut stuff from the rich people first.
HQ, how many? I don't know if you did you come from the hood, HQ? I'm not sure. Did you have like hood ties? Like just not like rough, like
Do I have hood ties?
Yeah, hood ties, just in the hood. Just you came up in the hood. Did you know somebody that was getting government assistance that really didn't need to be on government assistance? It was like they was like, yeah, I'm getting it. Yeah, I got it. I'm food stamps or WIC or whatever else. Did you know a lot of people like that?
This is the argument that we have. Just because there's a small percentage that don't deserve it, don't mean the other people don't. Hold on. Don't mean the other poor percentage of people don't need it.
You're going somewhere I'm not going.
So you cannot cut off the program because y'all over there getting free money, but there's other people over here that need it. So you can't cut it off. No, I'm not disingenuous. I've done this. I've been in that program. I worked for shelters. I worked for the jail. I worked as a prison person. I've done all of that. I know when they're rich and when they scamming. Most people are not scamming. You have a small percentage that might be scamming. Then the bulk of people need that assistance. Of course, true. You need reform. We get all the reform. We get all of that. But I'm saying this country ain't jack shit if you take away from the poor and you take away from the downtrodden and you take away from the old and the elderly first before you think about taking money from the rich. You ain't jack shit when you do that first. And all I've heard them say is, let's cut Social Security. Let's cut food stamp. Let's cut the poor people stuff. Instead of saying, let's go over to the Pentagon and see what we can cut out of the Pentagon budget first before you start taking away money from the poor, the uneducated, the homeless.
No,
the first thing they're cutting is the VA benefits. And everybody hollering about them taking the benefits away. That's the first thing that he cut. That's the first thing on their chopping block is the VA benefits. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that. I don't want our VA benefits burnt up, but that's the first thing that's on the block to be cut.
HQ, you know, I used to hate the phrase or the term "pull yourself up by your bootstraps," because I used to say it's some people that don't even have boots, right?
Absolutely.
Then you start to look at stuff from a different perspective and start to think,
From an entitled perspective.
Not entitled. It's not entitled. It's not entitled.
I can do it.
Can I finish HQ? Can I finish HQ?
Do it.
Because you stop looking at yourself as a victim. Nobody is guaranteed any help or any assistance in this world. Some people got to get it out the mud and struggle, and some people still might not get it. But what about the people who don't get it? What do you mean? Some people, not everybody's not guaranteed success. So everyone is not. They just don't get it.
So what about the people who can't get it?
They just don't. But for your day-to-day choices.
So what about the people who
HQ, please, HQ. Do you have a big screen TV in your house? Do you have an iPhone? Do you got brand new Jordans or sneakers? Do you have a gold chain on? Do you have these luxury things in life? But then you still telling me you being oppressed? Did you ate fast food the whole last week, but you being oppressed? What choices did you make? Are you educating yourself? Are you trying to save money? Are you foregoing the luxury things in life to go ahead and set yourself up? Are you doing those things as an individual? Why should somebody else have to help you? Not saying you shouldn't get help. Not saying that you shouldn't get help.
Yes, you all are.
But I'm not going to help you if you're not helping yourself. Because then you just take it.
How does handicapped and poor people help and old people?
I'm not saying handicapped people.
You're saying take away the whole program. I'm saying fix the program. Don't take it away. You can't take it away. There's people who will never be able to.
I laid all that stuff out for you in the chat. If you were read through the chat, he went and said that all that stuff is not covered by them. It's covered by other entities. It's not covered by. It's not covered by the Department of Education.
I don't understand.
The food in the schools. You saying they taking away food in the schools?
That's a part of the Department of Education. That's part of the funding.
You saying they taking away federal funding, but then you saying it's a state thing. It can't be. If they taking federal funding,
federal food, they don't have enough money to do this.
They do. States have money. States have money. HQ.
They don't. North Dakota
they have money.
They don't have money.
Man, come on, man. These states got money. All these states have money.
The blue states are funding some of the red states because the red states don't have money.
No, you need to go.
The people that are going to get hurt the most are the North Dakotas, the Wyomings, all of those places.
Like I said,
don't make enough money.
You need to go to those government officials, to school superintendents. You need to check their offshores accounts and their bank accounts and see where that money is going. Because these states, these counties have money. They have money and they feeding the kids toxic food anyway. You know, I ate cardboard pizza and chocolate milk for lunch.
They don't have money.
HQ, they have money. HQ, they have. I'm telling you, they have money.
They don't have money.
How do they not have money? Everybody's paying an exorbitant amount of taxes. Where's all the tax money going? HQ, where's all the tax money going?
They don't have money.
HQ, where's all the tax money going?
I have no idea. I know they
exactly. They have money.
I know they have budget shortfalls. I do know that.
Ain't no budget shortfalls.
The budget shortfalls happen.
Every hood is still a hood. Tell me, name a hood from the 80s that's not a hood.
You didn't even listen to what
budget
I said.
shortfalls. What budget shortfalls?
States. I told you the red
states.
Them
is still hoods too.
I told you North Dakota, Wyoming.
Them is hoods too. Them is the hood. Them is some rural hoods. When I say hood, I ain't talking about black people. I'm talking about the hood.
They don't have enough money for these programs.
They do have money. They do have money. There's enough money.
Yes, they get it from the federal government.
Not to take away from this point, but black women spill billions of dollars a year on wigs and weaves and cosmetic stuff alone.
That's their money. What does that have to do with
we got money. So nobody cares about education.
My point exactly. So why is it they're not giving money? Why is it they want to take away from the poor instead of
why is it coming from federal when it should be coming from everybody's tax money? That's what the tax money is for. They keep every year taxes don't go down. Taxes don't go down. They go up every year. You got federal tax, you got state tax. You got property tax. You got all these taxes. Everybody taking money, but ain't nobody got money for nothing. You always got to fundraise something. Hey, we need to do this for the schools. We need to get these computers for the schools. We're going to try to raise this money with a cook-off.
So why would
what? Where all my tax money go?
So why would they need to do that? So you think we collect the taxes to pay for the roads, the salaries, the bridges, all
American
those things?
American infrastructure is crumbling.
Right.
Bridges and dams across America are crumbling. Where's the money going? The money is being misappropriated. It's going somewhere, HQ. We have money.
So
California got money.
every state legislator is misappropriating the funds. All of that. Everybody got money. Everybody flushed with money.
And I don't smoke weed, Tyranny. So you're false.
So every state got money. Every state can afford all the things that California can afford. North Dakota, Wyoming, Montana, they can afford all the things that California can afford.
They're not California. They don't have the population of California to just say that.
Therefore, they don't have the money.
They have the money for their population because the money is generated by person and by property, not by population. You don't pay a tax based on the population of your state.
That's not how that works.
How does it work? I don't pay because there's 10,000 people here versus 5,000.
Everybody knows a budget. Everybody knows what the budget is. Everybody and every state comes up with shortfalls because they're doing particular program, and the federal government is what is giving them the money for those programs. I'm not saying you all want me to say there ain't no fraud. There ain't no fraud. No, what y'all want me to say is there's plenty of fraud, HQ. I'm not saying there's not. What I am saying is you can't shut off the damn program. You can't shut off the poor people to try to spin your way out of this mess. Whatever mess we got. Start with the Pentagon. Start with the salaries of the senators. Start with all the waste and fraud you got there. But don't start.
They are.
Don't start.
They are. He did that. I saw the screenshots of why all these government officials pay is this, and everybody got all these tens or hundreds of millions of dollars. How? Where did that money come from? You mean to tell me you just that good at stock market just because you in Congress or Senate that you get your pay is annual 200,000, but you got 100 million in the bank? Where's that money coming from? Oh, private donor, private did. No, it's corporations, pharmaceutical companies, all these other companies putting money in these people's pockets so they can finagle the budgets away from the states, monies.
We don't know what they're doing.
Other things.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't even claim to know what they're doing with what they're doing. I'm saying clean up the fraud. I'm saying clean it up, but don't start with cutting stuff for the poor people who can't fund themselves. Start with somebody you know got a big old budget, like the Pentagon got a big old budget. All of those major contracts, all those contracts that y'all giving to the retired Musk, all them government contracts we paying for. We as American citizens paying for Elon Musk's money. Start with those government contracts. Start with all of that. But why would you start with cutting the old people's Social Security? Why would that be your first thought to cut their funding? Why would it be your first thought to cut VA benefits? Why would it be your first thought to cut food stamps? Why would that be your first thought instead of catching all of these other people that got excess money?
Why do people need food stamps? There's so many other issues that get HQ. No, it's not. There's so many other things that happen.
With that.
HQ.
You know damn well people eat food and people got to have food.
HQ.
And you know, if they qualify for it, that is not no money out of the budget. That's not.
God put apples. God gave us apples. God gave us grapes for free. Water for free.
I know we down a rabbit hole.
No, it's not. So why do people need? I'm asking you a question.
People. You don't understand, or you don't care about the poor.
You need to be poor. People always been poor. People have always been poor.
Yes, and we have always taken care of those poor.
Yeah, but it didn't need to be food stamps. It didn't need to be food stamps. Why do they need food stamps? How come there aren't more local? How come there aren't more local gardens?
Don't need food stamps. You keep arguing that. That's what you're arguing with me. people waste food stamp. I don't care about the waste. I
How
care
come there
about
aren't more local gardens?
I care about the other people. It's not enough waste. It's not enough waste for you to go in and cut, Jay. That's what I'm saying.
It is enough. It's too much waste because nothing is happening. Every hood is still a hood. All this money is being funded to these. Forget the Pentagon. Forget the Pentagon. This. I'm talking about ground level, grassroots HQ, where the people live. You can't control your own community. You can't control your own community. You can't take care of your own community.
Stop cutting the poor people first before you cut the rich people who won't need it or be bothered with the cutting.
Stop like Team Peterson, I don't have no sympathy for no lazy people, man. These people in the community is not taking care of themselves. I'm not going to help you if you're not helping yourself. I'm not going to get out and push your car for you.
All I'm saying is I'm not leaving our poor behind because lazy. All the poor people are lazy.
You keep saying all
the poor people lazy.
But you won't let me finish when I start something.
That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that. You just hear what you want to hear.
Why would you start with that? Why would you start with that?
I've never said that. I've never said that.
Why wouldn't you start with the inflated budget of the Pentagon? Why wouldn't you start there?
And we need to hit it from both. Both need to happen at the same time.
No,
I'm willing to let people fall through the holes to get this country to where it needs to be. And if that's cutting from the top and the bottom at the same time, I'm down for it. I don't care.
So the middle class just get to go float however they need to.
Ain't no middle class voting. The middle class built the country, builds the country.
They either poor, they rich. That's what you're telling me?
What do you mean?
There's a middle class.
That's what I just said. The middle class holds the country.
So take the funding from the rich class. Don't take it from the poor class. The poor is always the first one to get knocked over the damn cliff when people want to say
who hires people.
Who
hires people? Who hires people? Rich people or poor people? Who hires people? Who employs people? Rich people or poor people?
I don't understand it. What does that?
Who employs people? Do rich people employ people or do poor people employ people?
So
who owns companies? Rich people or poor people? Who owns businesses? Rich people or poor people?
So
who? So why am I going to attack rich people just because they rich?
Attack them? What do you mean attack them?
You said get the rich people.
I said get the rich items that need to be taken out first before you start making sure that the poor got to pay their share. What do you mean? You don't think the Pentagon budget is inflated?
Why you keep bringing up the Pentagon?
You don't think because it's an overinflated budget and nobody looks at that budget.
They are looking at the budget. That's why Trump started the whole Doge thing.
Because you don't hear about it in the news. The only thing you hear about is cutting Social Security and food stamp. You don't hear nothing about no Pentagon.
No, you don't hear about it.
Because
you're not paying attention. You're not paying. I don't need to show you. It's not my responsibility to show you, HQ. You got to go look for yourself because you come arguing from the same standpoint the whole time. I
already know the budget.
Then if you know, then how come the states? How come the states are all stuff? How come schools don't have funding? How come the schools don't have funding already?
Because they don't bring in enough income.
Why not?
Because they don't have enough people who own houses and generate that income.
But if they have the houses for the population, then where are these houses that just don't have people in them?
Those are people who own many. I'm not closed-minded.
Exactly. I'm trying to walk you down it, but you're not getting to it.
No, you don't need to walk me down it, Jay. I already been down this road.
No,
I've already been down this road. The whole point is every time y'all hear something, poor people taking all the money.
I never said poor people taking all the money.
Poor people scamming food stamp.
Rich people scam too.
Scamming money. That's the minute. Oh no, we got to get them poor people from scamming on the food stamp.
Yeah.
Instead of saying the Pentagon budget is overinflated.
It is. Take it to it. Cut it.
So take it from them first.
No, take it at the same time.
You done cut all the government employees. You done cut all of them. You done cut all that. Why not cut the damn Pentagon budget? Now you don't need to cut the senior citizen stuff. Now you don't need to do that.
You know why they have to do that? Because a lot of these government contracts by these big companies go out and these big budgets go out and they overhire people and put people in the positions and fraud, waste, and abuse that don't need to be there, right?
And I'm all
and then when somebody comes in, it's like, we don't need this, then they cut people so they get rid of government jobs because those jobs were unnecessary.
I'm all for that.
That's why government jobs get cut, because it wasn't needed.
I didn't say anything about
So
them.
cut from the top and the bottom. I'm cutting, cut it all.
No, you don't cut the poor.
Yes,
first.
HQ, you make those people who need it. The people who need it,
So
HQ, will get it.
So how do you cut the poor people? What do? You cut the poor people off the food stamp? Wait a minute, hold on, Johnny. Johnny, you get $1,000 in food stamp. You look able-bodied. Maybe I need to cut your food stamp. Maybe I need to. You gonna cut?
You go out. Hey, Johnny, did I see you?
You gonna cut?
Johnny, did I see you catch an alley-oop down at the park the other week?
Whose food stamps are you?
Why don't you have a job? Why don't you have a job, Johnny?
How do you know Johnny ain't handicapped? How do you know Johnny ain't?
Because I just saw Johnny catch an alley-oop at the park the other day. That's why.
That's one Johnny.
So make them people who need the funding will qualify and requalify for it.
Qualify for it now? You think
they need to requalify for it? They need to requalify for it.
What do you mean?
No, they don't. It's people that have been on all that government assistance forever that don't need it, man, because they don't want to work. It's people that don't want to work. I
don't care about them cutting the influence. I'm care about them cutting that stuff before they start cutting from the top. You're getting rid of people that don't need to be in the government. You need to get rid of the stuff that is in the Pentagon. You need to get rid of all of those things and then see where you are. You don't start by cutting people's food off.
No, you chop it all off. You chop it all off. All the dead flesh, you cut it all off. And then you allow it to heal. You restructure.
And then what we do?
You restructure. And then you restructure and you allocate the money the correct way. You're not listen. It's HQ. These states have funding for everything. They not just missing money. Every month money is generated. Yes, it is.
Costs are rising. Medical costs are rising. Education costs are rising.
And I was trying to get to a point, but you weren't listening to me. Why do so many people need medical treatment and medical care? Is that the government's fault? That so many people need medical treatment and medical care? Because people live in sedentary lives, over drinking, smoking, getting fat. It's personal accountability for those people. Oh my God. It's not personal accountability.
I don't want to talk about this subject because you come from an entitled.
It's not entitled. If I'm Dank DeMoss and I'm 500 pounds.
Wait a minute, hold on. Don't you live in? Wait a minute, hold on. Don't you live in Canada and they got
American? I served my country. I did 14 years in the United States Navy. Don't ever try to take my American.
Don't you live in Canada and you don't have free Medicare?
No, it's not free. And the medical up here sucks. The medical up here sucks.
Wow.
The medical up here sucks. Don't let nobody else tell you different. It's horrible.
It's horrible.
The medical up here is horrible.
You don't partake in it because you served in the military.
I don't.
Because you served in the military.
No, I take care of my body. I get regular medical checkups.
Right. Through the military, right?
No. Up here, I get regular, but I don't need no treatment. I don't need no medicine. No, it's paid for through insurance.
Through the United States medical insurance?
No. Through my job. Not paid. It's not free. It's not.
Why is it?
Do you know they pay over 50% tax up here, HQ? You think the medical is free just because they say it is?
I don't know.
They pay
what it is.
50% tax. 50% tax. You think medical is free?
50%
tax. You pay off your paycheck. And then at the store, it's PST and
hold up. I know y'all don't work for $100 and get paid $50.
Yes. 54% actually. And at the store, it's 7% for respectively 7% and 5% for PST and GST at the store for food and non-perishable items, except for the kids. They don't pay, I think, provincial state tax or whatever like that. So that's 12% at the store on top of the 50 to 54% that comes off of your paycheck.
That don't even make sense, Jay.
They don't make sense. That's why we try to come back to come on now. I'm not lying to you, HQ. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous up here. Stuff ain't sweet. People don't know enough about Canada because they don't go to learn, but it's crazy up here. And then you got people coming over from other countries. What are they called? Refugees or whatever status. They getting 70 grand a year.
70
tax free. Tax free
in your country.
In Canada. They getting 70 grand. I'm like, man, I need to go back to the States and then get caught coming across the border saying I'm a refugee so I can get 70 grand a year.
So why exactly is it that you feel like y'all should cut food stamps for the poor people?
If you cut the food stamps, the people who need food stamps will have to requalify. And the people who need it will get it.
They qualify every 6 months, Jay.
No, they don't, man. No, they don't. No, they don't. Because it's people that's getting it that don't need it.
Yes, they do. And it's not enough people that's getting it that don't need it that it should be cut off.
Well, why do I see people bragging about food stamps and stuff that they don't need, getting all kinds of
what do you mean they don't need? They got 9 damn kids. What do you mean?
Well, that's personal accountability. That's their fault. You shouldn't have had 9 kids.
They got 9 damn kids. What do you mean they don't need food stamps? Y'all bringing y'all moral arguments in it. I'm not bringing them.
It's not no moral argument.
Well,
it's personal accountability. That's not moral.
She on TikTok saying she get $3,000 in food.
That's logical.
You don't need $3,000.
Yeah, you're telling us that you're wasting, fraud, waste, and abuse.
That's not everybody, Jay. Most people who get food stamps need food stamps. You don't cut the food stamps off because you got 10 people over here who are scamming the system. You don't cut everybody off because 10 people scamming it. That's what y'all want to do. Let's cut everybody off of it because 10 people scamming. Let's cut everybody out of it because 10 people scamming in education. Let's cut all the people off because there's some waste and some fraud. Let's cut everybody off. I'm saying investigate the fraud, but don't cut the system off.
Do you know what debridement is, HQ? When somebody gets like a bad road rash or something, they get all kinds of stuff in their skin. It's all nasty and stuff. You got to get this iodine soap with this brush, and you got to go in there and scrub all of it out. Now you're going to take away some good skin cells doing that. But in order for that wound to heal correctly, you got to scrub all of that out. That's what our country, that's what the United States of America needs to do. The entire system, top to bottom. We don't need to say, well, we're going to start here. You need to do it across the board. You need to debride and get all of that dead everything out of it. And you need to find these people in these government positions that's been stealing money and mismanaging the money in these states, counties, cities. And you need to put them behind bars and get people in there that's going to do the job correctly. And that goes top to bottom. And do I think Trump is going to do it? No, I don't. No, I don't. Because the right is the same as the left. They just do two different things.
Right.
I don't care about either of them.
We ain't the same.
It is the same.
Democrats do not want to get rid of the homeless. Democrats
they just want to make everybody the same. That's what the Democrats want to do.
We are all the same.
They want to know I'm a woman, you a man. There's no gender. Anybody can do whatever they want to do. That's what they want to do. It's not the same thing.
We all deserve equal rights.
We all have equal rights. We all have equal rights. Now, whether or not your rights are held up in specific situations, just isolated situations, but we all have the same rights.
Let's make sure the poor people.
I didn't say first. I said at the same time.
Let's make sure let's make the Social Security for the old people pay first. Let's make them pay first. Before
Democrats feed off the homeless and they want you to be a victim.
What do you mean they feed off the homeless?
They feed off the broke people. They feed off of that stuff.
How do they feed off of them? Explain.
When I forgot what county it was LA County or one of those counties. It was one of the ladies, Democrats.
Anecdotal. Okay.
Okay. Can I speak?
All right. Okay.
I don't. HQ. Am I Google? I'm not Google. I don't know every situation. You asked me, and I'm bringing up a situation.
Why would you try to make a point?
Because this is what happens. I'd be a fool to think it only happens in one place. If it's happening in
But
one
it
place,
doesn't
it's probably
happen at
happening in the other places.
it doesn't happen at the pace in which you would cut the funding off, is what I'm saying. You want to cut the funding off. I'm saying don't cut the funding off. I'm saying investigate. Don't cut
I didn't
the
say
funding
cut
off.
the funding off. I didn't say cut
That's
the
what
funding.
y'all saying.
I said
Let's
pull the
cut
funding
let's cut
away and make the people who
education.
qualify for it get it back.
And
If
I
you need the
tell
funding, you'll be in that
that
office the same day.
that they qualify.
You'll be in the
every
office the
6 months.
same day. You won't miss a week.
And I say they do.
You
the
won't miss a week.
qualification
You
every
won't miss.
6
You
months.
won't miss a week of the any benefits or payments or whatever aid you're getting
And
if you
I
qualify
say they
for it.
qualify every 6 months. What are you talking about? They
Then
don't
how come there are people who get it that don't qualify?
who? Like who?
Like
Who?
all the people that get it that don't qualify, HQ.
Who?
You're being disingenuous, HQ.
I'm asking you.
You're
the
being
one, you making the
disingenuous,
claim.
HQ.
I'm asking you who.
So any point I bring up, you just gonna nullify it, huh? That's what you're gonna
I'm
do,
not
HQ,
nullifying
today?
it. I'm asking you to prove what you're saying.
You
You're
act like this
saying
when
there's
tyranny
people-
gets in here. You be so
I'm asking you
good
to
when tyranny
prove
don't
what
come
you're
in this
saying.
chat, man. You
Okay.
HQ, you
I'm
be
asking
on
you to
it.
prove what you're saying. You're saying there's
messes
a
up your
whole
whole
bunch
frequency.
of waste and fraud. You said there was a whole bunch of waste and
There
fraud.
is.
I'm asking you to prove it.
There
What are you
is. I don't
talking
need to
about?
prove it. Look at exactly
And
what
I'm
you're talking
saying-
about. HQ, you said you telling me to prove it. I'm about to prove it to you right now. Why do so many people need assistance? How come so many people can't take care of themselves?
There's people right now.
Why isn't our system set up to
Every-
where people can thrive for themselves? Why do so many people need assistance?
I don't know.
That's my question.
So
that's how I know the system
yes,
is flawed.
and you're saying the wrong, and you're giving me the wrong question. What you're saying is, why would people not know? The question is, do we have these people who need the help? Is every person going to be able to make it through this? Every person is not
Eastern
able to
Kentucky
make it.
and West Virginia is the white people. So many and people. My thing. I'm talking about black people. I'm talking about the people that get it. What Project Leroy said. Eastern Kentucky and West Virginia. So much waste and abuse in those two places with government assistance.
How do you know that?
Because it was reported on. Because it was reported on. Because it was reported on.
Wait a minute. Did you just say the red state? Did you say red states?
You bringing up red states and blue states. I'm talking about America. I'm talking about across the board. Debreedment.
Thank you.
Debreedment.
You're saying, you all are saying, throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm saying, fine, I'm conceding that there needs to be investigation. I didn't say there wouldn't be. I'm saying, don't cut the people off who actually need it because you have a small percentage of waste. That's
you didn't
what
hear
I'm
what
saying.
I said about you. They not gonna miss out. If you qualify, you're not gonna
they
miss a week.
qualify every 6 months, Jay.
Well, you need to qualify again. How about that?
They qualify every 6 months, Jay.
Maybe you need to get new people in there to qualify them because apparently it's not working.
They qualify every 6 months, Jay. There's people who know how to scam. There's people who know how to do that.
Yeah.
So
top
what?
It all up and top
but
and
that's
high
a
and
small
low.
percentage of fraud. That's not a large percentage of fraud. It's not large enough where you cut the rest of the people who need it off. $5 from Mr. Walker.
Outside of people with physical and diagnosed mental disabilities, outside of that, why do so many people need assistance? How come so many people just can't work and earn it and keep themselves afloat?
I don't know, Jay.
There's so many different things, and there's so
many reasons why people are poor.
Yeah,
Jay.
and
so you don't cut all the people off because there's a small percentage that are fraudsters.
And a huge part of it is our educational system because we don't teach our children correctly.
And we don't have a national standard. We
teach them to test. We don't teach them to learn and to be critical thinkers.
Oh, okay. So we need higher standards for teachers. I got it.
No, we need higher educational standards across the board.
Right. Yes, we need federal standard. We need a federal standard.
And the states have it don't need to be it should just be something inherent in us. Your children in your state are the children in your state. It means your kids
need to be doing better.
Yes.
Okay, so what does that have to do with the federal education department?
Why is there a federal education department if there's no federal standard? Rakai put it in the thing. It was some general statement that they put out.
You the 4 or 5 reasons why the federal
it's not. He disproved you already in the chat if you didn't read it.
No,
he did.
I just told you why they give money. They give money for grants, scholarships, and loans, food stamps. I mean, food for children. They do for certain standards.
He literally put it in the chat. So you can tell Rakai that he was lying.
Oh, he just made a blanket statement. He didn't tell me what the 4 tenets.
It looked pretty factual. It looked pretty copy and pasted what he put in there.
Hold on. What was the 4 tenets for what the Department of Education do? I didn't see no 4 tenets. What you see? I didn't see no 4 tenets.
I can't scroll back now. It's too far up.
There was not no 4 tenets in there. What the Department of Education does. I didn't see it. I saw him come with a blanket statement. I didn't see him come with nothing.
HQ, my question was also if the Department of Education was doing its job to not be defunded, then why are we in the situation we are with the Department of Education?
Education has nothing to do with the state.
Well, then what's the problem with it being defunded? Then what's the problem with it being defunded?
Because there's a federal mandate for certain things that they got to pay for. Poor people have to have money to go to school.
Why are they poor?
Scholarship grants.
Why are they poor?
You think everybody's gonna be rich on this planet?
No, I didn't say rich. Why is it only rich and poor? Why is it only rich and poor? Why is it only rich and poor?
I didn't say that.
You did. I never said rich.
No,
I said,
why are they poor?
Why are they poor?
And I said, you think there's never gonna be poor?
No, you said you expect everybody to be rich. You can watch the playback. You just said you expect everybody. No, I don't expect everybody to be rich. But why are they poor? Why? Why are they poor?
It's always going to be poor, Jay.
In America, why are they poor in a first world country? Why?
We're always going to have poor.
Why are they poor? Why?
We're always going to have poor, Jay.
Why are they poor?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do they have to be poor?
There's autistic people.
HQ, do they have? Everybody's poor that's autistic. Everybody's poor that's slow. Everybody that's poor that's handicapped. Everybody that's poor that's can't see. That's what you're telling me? You're telling me there's no able-bodied poor people?
No, that's not what I said.
Okay, that's what you're saying right now. So why are people poor?
There's always going to be people who are
why?
Because they're
blind. In America. Because
they're autistic. Because
so that's what you're saying. So you're saying everybody that's poor is autistic and slow and blind and can't work.
I'm not saying that is exactly why they're poor. I'm saying those people are normally in the poor category.
Okay, so aside from those people, why are other people poor?
I have no idea.
It's not on there. It's not.
There's going to be poor, so you cannot eliminate the poor. So you're always going to have to take care of your poor.
Maybe it's their mentality. Maybe it's their lack of effort. Maybe it's their lack of education. Maybe it's not their fault. Maybe they were raised in a bad situation from a family and they have but there's no reason
they pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
There's no reason to be poor.
Of course it's not.
There's no reason to be poor.
From your privilege standpoint,
it's not privilege. It's not privilege. I know plenty of people that were poor that aren't poor now.
Not everybody can make it, Jay. That's what I'm saying to you, and you keep dismissing that.
I didn't say everybody can make it. I didn't say everybody.
Why do you keep asking people?
Why are there so many people? Why are there so many people that are poor? Mr. Walker, can I use you as an example, please, brothers? Can I use you as an example?
Poor, Jay. There's always going to be poor. Always. It don't matter why they're poor.
Just from what Mr. Walker told us in his background.
It doesn't matter why they're poor.
You wouldn't know this man came from the background that he said he came from.
It doesn't matter why they're poor. It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter.
They're poor.
It does matter. Everything matters. It also matters why people are rich. Did you steal that money? It matters. Did you work hard for it?
Jay, my point is it doesn't matter why they're poor because we're always going to have poor people. Somehow, some way, there's going to be poor people.
We are. I agree with that.
All right then. So why are you
asking? All of them don't have to be poor. All of them don't have to be poor.
You don't know their circumstances.
I don't give a damn about their circumstances. I know what they're doing. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
How do you know?
I know.
How do you know?
Because I know. Because you want to go ahead and tie all of them to being autistic and handicapped and blind and deaf, dumb. All of them.
Poor people are able-bodied, Jay.
I didn't say they were.
All right.
So handicapped people.
So we're always going to have a
people
poor
can't work.
class, Jay.
Handicapped people can work. Handicapped people. I saw a girl with no arms eating chicken wings and driving a car. She can. Come on,
Jay,
man.
we're always going to have a poor class.
Yes, I understand. We're always going to have a poor class. Why do I have to work harder to pay for all the poor people?
What?
Why do I, as a middle class person, have to work harder to pay for all the poor people?
I don't know.
I pay taxes.
See, that's the whole point. The whole point
I work hard. How come I don't get no government assistance?
Poor people.
How come I don't get no government assistance, HQ?
Okay, so this is where this came
from. Why don't I get government assistance, HQ?
This is where this came from.
Where's my food stamps?
Okay.
I want lobster. I want scraps.
If you were poor, you could probably get food stamps, but you ain't poor. So
yeah,
why
I'm
would
not.
you need food stamps?
Because I've worked hard.
The poor people get food stamps. So why would we need to take away from the poor people just because you feel like they can work when they probably can't?
How come every able-bodied person under, I think the age is 45 now, that's in good health, don't go ahead and join the military? You ain't going to war. Go join the Coast Guard. Serve 4 years, get a degree during that time in a field, a tech, something like that, in the medical field, and get your behind out the military after that 4 years and go into that field.
Better still, all of our males between the age of 18 and 30 can join the military and do 4 years.
Do 4 years. Go get your degree.
That would help our budget tremendously.
And you get and they will pay for it. And you can do online courses right when you're active.
Between the ages of 18 and 30, all of y'all got to do 4 years. Boom.
I'm not college educated. I have college education, but all my education and training came from the military to do my job. So because I went into a field that was heavily recruited on the outside.
So you said cut the budget. So cut the budget for the people who got food stamps who doing the fraud and the waste, right? Okay.
Yes.
So how do we explain cutting the budget for the senior citizens and the VA benefits?
It shouldn't be cut. I don't condone that. The senior citizens have hopefully worked their entire life. They should be getting what they paid into.
First thing.
I never said I condone that. I never said I condone that. But some stuff, like I said, debridement. Some good cells is gonna go, and those old people, whoever's taking care of them, if they're not taking care of themselves, they're gonna have to qualify again. Anything that they already paid into shouldn't be able to be taken away from.
Yeah. So how do we cut the funding for the VA? Let's start there. Seeing as how that's on the chopping block and they got that cut down to a minimum. What do we cut for the veterans?
The VA is also compared to active duty medical, and the VA medical it's nowhere the same at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that needs to be addressed on its own.
So the VA benefits need to be cut. I got it. Okay. So security.
I didn't see that. That's not what I just said. I said when you active duty medical and VA medical is not the same. You don't get the same treatment in the VA as you did when you was on active duty. I said that needs to be addressed in itself.
So what does that mean?
I don't agree with VA benefits being cut.
Okay, so that's on the chopping block. That's one of the first line items they're cutting. So security is another on the chopping block. Food stamps on the chopping block. When they had that big ruckus of people getting their food stamps and all of that are called entitlement program. So therefore, those are the ones that are going to be cut first. So why would you cut the VA benefits first? Why would you cut Social Security for the old people first? Why would you cut the food stamps for those people first?
Are they cutting it first, or is that the only thing you're paying attention to?
That's the first thing that entitlement programs is the first thing. When you put entitlement programs on the block, that means all of these.
1 sec, I got somebody coming to the door to collect their child from.
Okay, would you okay? Give me your final thoughts, because I definitely got to leave because I ain't ate since this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm starving. I got to eat.
I don't know what Tyranny's talk about me getting health insurance because she don't know anything about me, but But anyhow, like I was saying before, those guys that did that to that man, I hope every last one of them.
Yeah,
I've already said it.
We gotta have more shows on this. We gotta bring awareness.
Hey, say that.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. But I gotta eat.